What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tuesday's edition of Crossover Athlete Insights. We are your co-hosts, Joshua Shapiro and Joey Murray. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the NBA, a little Draymond Green suspension talk. Did he deserve what he got? Probably. DeMonte Casey suspended for the entire year on a hit. Could it be dirty on Michael Pittman? We'll get on that as well. Justin Fields and the Bears, what are they going to do with him? Are the Cowboys frauds? Are you buying them or not? And is Josh Allen in elite status? I believe so. The Buckeyes go 11-1 with Cal McCoy at the quarterback, and now he's going to Syracuse. And then lastly, we'll touch on some DraftKings, a little betting talk. At the end, when we'll get Joey's picks of Week 16 in the NFL, a little early spread picks. So Draymond out at least 3 weeks. That's the rumor. And I mean, even Steph and Steve Kerr were like, "Hey, like he's got to figure it out. Like it's on him."
Yeah, like, dude, act like an adult for once.
Yeah,
Like, this is getting ridiculous. He got suspended last year because he was on his 16th technical foul.
that's every year.
I know, but like, just that is ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
And the fact that he was just like, "Oh no, he was grabbing my hip, so I was turning to try to sell the call." Like, okay, well, everybody else watching sees that you just actively tried to smack him in the side of the head.
that was absolutely a deliberate backhand to the dough.
Like,
Like, just
dude, that was insane.
yeah, I mean, but the problem is, say it was on accident. We'll play your game, Draymond. The problem is you've done it for the last 15 years of your career. I don't even know how long he's been in the NBA, but you've done it for so long now that it's like, all right, it's time to discipline it to the point where you're going to figure out that we mean business at this point. The NBA finally did it.
But it's just like on a personal level, it's like, are you not able to control yourself?
Yeah,
Like, it wasn't like, yeah, he was maybe grabbing your hip a little bit, but, like, that do that doesn't warrant getting a s having a free swing on a guy.
no, absolutely not. I mean, it's
Like,
practically
how does
practically a battery or assault right
yeah,
there.
how does that make any, like, sense, like, logically in his head? It's like, "You know what? I think this'll fix it."
It doesn't. And I mean, he was at Michigan State and he was always kind of crazy there, but he never did like this type of stuff, I feel like. And then all of a sudden he gets to the NBA and he turns into this like enforcer guy and just kind of ran with it. And now it's just gotten out of hand.
Yeah, it's like, it's not even, like, enforcer now, it's like, "Oh god," like, this I don't even know
No, it's out of
what
hand. Like it's grown. It's his role of that, like what he felt is like the enforcer has just gotten so exaggerated now.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That he's just doing this crap.
The craziest one to me was, in the playoffs last year when he just tried to curb stomp a dude's chest in.
Sure did.
That was that was one of the more wild ones I've seen.
Yeah, I agree. I just, it, it's so weird because, like, what is the point of it? Like, how are you're not defending anyone. You're not even defending yourself. You're just making yourself look like a fool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you're just the only thing you're accomplishing is trying to hurt somebody else.
Yeah.
Like,
Eh,
it's not helping you, it's not helping your team. Like, I just don't see where the logic's coming from, and, like, if he can't see what he's doing from, like, kinda take a step back and see that, like,
yeah.
could Draymond Green be on his way out of the league?
I mean, possibly. Yeah, he'll always find his way back, I guess, because
Dude, if he's I mean, it seems like it's getting worse.
it does feel that way. I mean, just 3 weeks ago, he had an incident with Rudy Gobert. Like, it's just endless.
Yeah, and I swear every time you turn on First Take, it's a NBA, talk. It's like, "Oh, what's Draymond up to now?"
Yeah.
And just
It's always that. And it's kind of sad because he's actually having a pretty good year.
I
Uh,
wouldn't know.
I know. And let me pull that.
Better
It's
year than John Morant.
I mean, he's having a good yeah. He's gonna win that case. That's a good yeah. All right, he's gonna win that case. Did you see the clip though of like
The
him
l
in court?
Yeah.
Eh, 2 points. One, the lawyer literally asked him how he checks up a ball because this is over the fight with a kid
Yeah.
on a pickup game.
Yeah, he beat the crap out of a underage kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And the lawyer was like, check it back to me. And that was like part of the thing, like how he checks, like that was part of the court case. It's like how he checks up a basketball because I guess that was part of the problem. And then the other one was the other lawyer. So like the defendant, no,
Mhm.
the prosecutor,
Yeah.
right? So for the other kid, is like, are those diamonds real?
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that.
He's
Didn't he
like,
say no?
no. He's like, I'm a millionaire.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Like, okay, he's literally like that's he's got a big fat contract. Of course, he's got real diamonds,
Yeah.
unless you're Anthony Edwards.
Are those fake?
Yeah, he'd literally come out. He's like, I don't want to spend my money on it, so I just buy fake jewelry.
I mean, I respect it.
He's such a dog for, like, coming out and saying that
That
too.
that gives him more cred.
I know. He's actually, like, the funniest dude in the NBA. I
He
stand by that.
isn't he the one that said he could, play, in the MLB too? I think he was one of those guys
Did
that
he?
he was like, "I could play any professional sport." I think. Don't
Maybe.
I'd have to double check that. I think it was like a
He's, like, genuinely hilarious, though.
I believe
Yeah. Like, he's just he speaks English, but not great, and,
it.
it's just everything he says is funny coming out of his mouth. Um, yeah, so John Morant's definitely winning that case, though. It's actually I don't know. If you're having him check up basketballs in a court case, like, all right, this thing's locked, sealed, and delivered. You got nothing else to talk about if that's the case.
I don't know. I haven't been following it too
Yeah,
much.
me either. I just
I
saw
just
those clips,
'cause
and I was
I
just like,
figured we're just gonna get another gun flashing
it'll happen eventually.
and then he's
Yeah, like,
whatever.
guy went to a private school,
Yeah.
high school. Thinks he's a
Reminds me of
thug.
the 8 Mile scene.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Real name's Clarence.
I just watched
Parents
that
have
the
a
other
real good
day.
marriage.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was such.
I only ever catch, like, the last 45 minutes of that movie every time it's on TV. Stop fiddling with that thing.
Well, I thought I was tightening it.
You've been fiddling with it this entire I've been watching you.
I thought I was
It's
tightening
stress
it.
no, but for the past 10 minutes, and, like, you're still doing it.
That's what I do.
I know, but, like, that's why it's falling down.
Good.
But no.
I want to stress you out.
Well, see, you broke your mic, so not
That's
helpful.
back.
Um, no, that movie, so great, and, I feel like whenever it's on TV, I only catch the last 45 minutes of it,
And
and
it's the
I
best part,
it's the best
though.
part. Just
So
get the rap battle.
yeah, that's exactly like I watched the whole thing really for the first time since I was a kid. I didn't really remember much of the other stuff besides the ending, of course. And I'm like watching it, like, and it's got some good parts. Like, don't get me wrong, but you build up to the end, and the end is just like, damn, this is a good movie. Like he is just destroying these
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
That is good. It's good. Eminem's such a dog. Actually, ever since then, I've just been listening to Eminem like crazy.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, the album that came out when we were in college, obviously not as
terrible. I hated it.
see,
The
I at
Kamikaze one.
yeah, at the time, I thought it was terrible too. There's a couple songs where I'm like, "I kinda like it,"
Mm-mm.
but, obviously, it's not as good as, like, his Relapse album or anything
Yeah,
like that.
prime Eminem.
Um, but yeah, I didn't think it was to me, I I took away that it was just people finally having the opportunity that don't really vibe with Eminem. They finally have the opportunity to really pounce on him about how they don't like him and they won't get flack back for it.
Yeah, at the end of his career there.
His career's still going. But
It's like
but
he
yeah, that
doesn't put out
for that
much.
album, I think it was just like people that don't like him are get to be like finally
It's a
get to
bad
say that they
album.
don't like him and nobody can say anything
Right.
because it wasn't a great
I
album.
genuinely didn't enjoy it. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
no,
lie.
I didn't love all the songs that but there's a few I'm like, "Okay, like, I kinda like this one."
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I liked when he was just destroying Machine Gun Kelly
That
and
was my
Kill
kill
Shot.
shot.
It's
Dude,
good actually.
that's like I was about to say that one too.
Like it's actually a good song.
Yeah, I mean, it made him flip from rap to
They literally changed genres.
yeah. Hey, but I will say that, MGK on his, new genre, it was I think 3 of his songs were in my top, 10 on, my most played song of the
What
year.
from this year? I don't think I
Yeah,
listened to any
It was from
MGK.
January, though. Like, I was just, like, all over it in, like, January, February, and then I got the report back, a couple weeks ago and,
That says
like,
a lot
so
about you.
I mean, yeah, I'm not well, the other thing too, I don't listen to, like, one artist. So, like,
Absolutely.
we were talking about how, like, before the show started, like, I listen to a lot of Kid Cudi,
Hmm.
but that's probably, like, one of the only guys where I just, like, will click on an album. The rest of it's just I'll just hear a song that I like and just
Yeah, my favorite is.
listen to
Do you
that.
have Apple Music?
No, it's Spotify.
Okay, so lame, but if you have Apple Music, you can just like click on a song and create a station. So like I won't listen to the whole album straight through like that
Yeah,
either, but it creates a station and plays
and it
other
plays
songs.
you similar yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
banger. I
do the
love
same
it.
same thing. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I
They
do
have it
every
on
time.
Spotify.
It's not as good. It's designed. You have an iPhone. It's designed for an iPhone. That's what it is. It's just
Man,
better that way.
man.
I always get a lot of heat for being an Apple Music guy.
Yeah,
Actually,
okay, I will say, I've wanted to voice my opinion on this for a long time. Spotify, fix your shuffle algorithm. If I press shuffle, it doesn't mean I wanna hear 3 songs by the same artist, and then it completely flips genres. It means I want the most random music, and I'll flip through it. Don't try to keep playing me the same stuff. That's why I want shuffle in the first place. Otherwise, I'd just go queue everything up.
Hey, I just convert over.
Just shuffle, man. Like, it's
Sounds like you're not a happy customer. It's
no
time to convert to Apple
I mean,
Music.
with the shuffling, no. No, they're trying to do too much.
They do have better playlists on Spotify. That's the only thing I'll give them. Like better, like creative playlists.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can just share them. Like, it's public stuff. Regular people just make them,
Yeah, I
and
know, and they're good.
they are good. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I like them too. Good workout, playlist.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Yeah.
I keep running through. I've been on an Eminem kick lately.
I know you just told us that.
I know, like that's what I've been listening to work out.
I'm
At
a
what?
I'm a Jay-Z guy.
It's good stuff.
I love Jay-Z.
Yeah, have you heard the Frank Sinatra like Jay Z like New York remix?
Yeah,
So good, like just a banger.
yeah.
Like nothing better than being like at a
Is it the SoundCloud one?
yeah,
Yeah,
like at a house party or
yeah.
something, and like that rolls up, and you're like, oh, here we go.
SoundCloud has some of the best mashups.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable.
that's what it's for.
So, old Post Malone, like pre-record deal Post Malone,
Has some bangers on there. I don't think I've heard them.
like it's not like White Iverson level stuff, but like,
Whatever, son's a banger.
well, I mean, that's what blew him up. Or
He was
maybe it was
big before that. He was
Candy
big
Paint.
before that.
But no, but it's like good stuff. So like his new stuff is just different. Like I don't even know how to really describe it, but it's different
Yeah,
and doesn't really hit the same. His old stuff is sounds like his old stuff, like off that Stony album or and stuff like that, where
yeah.
it's just like a little bit more like I don't know, grittier. I don't know.
He's in the grind mode.
Yeah, yeah,
Not he doesn't have the same. Yeah, he doesn't have the same equipment, so you can't make it as pretty.
yeah. No, no. Well, it's more than just that. Like it's
Yeah,
just like
I've never heard the
him.
old stuff.
Yeah, I would go on SoundCloud and listen to it after this.
Are you a Taylor Swift guy?
Uh, no, I mean I can appreciate some of her songs where I'm like it's playing, I'm like, "I kinda like, this is a good song."
She's got a
But, like, if you were saying, like, "Hey, do you like Taylor Swift?" I'd be like, "No," but then, like, you play songs like,
no, she's
"It's
good.
a good song."
And that's the problem. It's like there are definitely a few. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
that.
More than a few. Like, I think we don't realize how many songs of hers we know all the
Oh,
lyrics
I
to.
know them all.
Yeah.
But like my fiance is
Oh,
literally
she's a
just
Swiftie, right?
oh, big
Yeah,
time.
see, Sid's not.
Oh, she's not.
No.
So like every time I'm in the car, I just hear Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah, see, no, we don't listen to any Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I may reveal a little too much about myself here, but you know who I am? I'm a big fan of right now.
Harry Styles?
No, no, Olivia Rodrigo.
Sid just gave me crap because I like Olivia
Dude,
Rodrigo.
the last album goes crazy.
All every song goes is good except for Driver's License. I
Well,
hate that
that's right
song.
at the beginning.
I know,
That
but, like, that's the song that blew her up, and
yeah.
I've never liked that song.
Yeah, I agree. It's a little like slower for my
It just I don't know, it's just
it's weird. It's like about a
but yeah,
16-year-old
but
girl,
yeah,
so I can't really relate to that.
driving
It
past
just
her ex-boyfriend's house after she got her
yeah.
driver's license. No, yeah, no, we were this was literally, like, 3 or 4 days ago where I was playing, the song that we were listening to on the way to, whatever bar we were at on campus, and we were in the Uber going to the other
Oh,
bar.
bad idea, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
And
banger.
and I was playing that song, and I was vibing, and she was just like, "I
Dude,
like,
it is so
why does
good.
my 27-year-old husband vibe with Olivia Rodrigo?"
Oh, it's so good.
A great song.
Yeah, it is. I love it. I
Yeah.
I literally was on I was on a workout kick. I shuffled that album. I
Oh, I would
swear
start
to
running
God.
so fast.
Dude, I was just I was putting up
Well,
numbers
the
during
song was
that.
just playing over there,
When?
before you
Oh,
came down.
Riley was playing it?
Yeah.
It's a good one. And I get shit for it, but I don't care.
Nah.
Eh,
I'm past the point of, I in middle s okay, so this is completely off topic, but in high school, probably I think my freshman year, we had, like a broadcast team
yeah.
or whatever. I don't know if you guys did that. But,
I
they
don't
had, like,
know.
little mini segments and stuff where it's just, like, they go around, like, the school and they film, like, "Oh,
Oh,
like,
no, no.
what are
Yeah.
you reading?" So, anyway,
I got you.
one of the segments was they go up to random people in the library while they're listening to music and ask what they're listening to. And I was so scared
I know.
that I was like, "I can't listen to my music." Like, I'm just gonna listen if I'm gonna listen to music, I'm gonna listen to, like, the most
What?
mainstream
Yep.
stuff.
Oh, you have no idea. I was the same exact
Like,
way.
I was like, "I got 3 artists I could pick from."
Yep. That's
And
it.
but yeah, that was, like, one of my biggest fears, and, like, I wanted to listen to a song, I'd, like, make sure I
I
could
had it
see
I had it way too quiet, like, to only I knew it wasn't coming out the
'cause, like, I
earphones.
knew I could barely hear it.
Yep, yep, but
So,
there's
I
no
know
way they
nobody else
weren't hearing it. And now I'm just in the gym with Olivia Rodrigo on full blast. I'm like, "Fuck it," you know? Oh god. I'm like, "Screw it. I don't care. I'm putting up more weight than these guys anyways, so if they wanna come do say something about it, say something to my face." No, it's great. I love her.
Yeah.
And Jensen got tickets to the concert in
Really?
Columbus and
When
didn't get me any.
when
You
is
wanna
it?
go?
When is it?
In the new year, like, probably pre-spring training, I think it's pretty early in the year.
It just depends on how much it is.
It's not gonna be cheap.
Then no, probably not.
She's like I mean, besides Taylor Swift, it's then Olivia Rodrigo. I wanna go so bad.
I wanna
They
go.
got them like, not for resale, so let's see, when is it? Oh, March 22nd, so probably
Ah,
you're screwed. Yeah. Dang it.
yeah, I'm planning on having a job by then.
Yeah, I hope so. Me too, honestly.
Throwing for teams in, 2 weeks.
Huh?
Throwing for teams in 2 weeks.
Are you?
Yeah. I
That's
start
sick.
I started oh, yeah, I guess I showed you. It's coming. It's
Yeah,
coming
it's
out.
good.
It's finally coming out now.
I mean, it just needs time.
Dude, I think, like, I'll show you a video, but, like, it was, like, the easiest 87, and then, like, towards the end of the bullpen, I, like, really tried to get after one, it was, like, 86, and I was like and then, like, I watched the video, and I was like, "Oh, I know what it is." Like, my arm swings just get too far back,
Yeah,
and so, like, now, like, I'm just keeping everything just tight, and it feels like it's just, like,
just
go
smooth.
and
Yeah,
well, it's just, like, I don't have to force it forward, like, it just,
right.
like
It whips.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's a nice feeling.
yeah, and it and hurts less.
Yeah,
'Cause, like, it was stressing my shoulder out, like, getting, like, that much separation,
yeah.
so, yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, so we're getting there,
I'm
man.
sure that people will love to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. I want to face you. Let me pick up a
What?
bat.
Oh, okay.
We'll put it live for the people. Be sick.
I mean, this could only go poorly for me, though.
You're right. I'm supposed to strike out.
Like
The people will love it.
like, if there's a foul ball, I lost.
No, 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 no.
To me, I lost.
Nah. I'm just taking daddy hacks.
I know, but, like, if you foul one off, like,
I think I'm fouling off.
I don't think you do.
Yeah.
I got my stuff back.
Nah, it's I mean, if you throw me 3 curveballs, I'm screwed. If you give me a fastball, I got a
It's my
chance.
best pitch.
But I've got a chance. I
No,
can
you're gonna miss it by 2 feet under the ball.
no shot.
But yeah, you're right. You're better than all the MLB guys I've faced.
Yep. Been thinking about going to the outfield now.
Yeah, because your shoulder's doing so great.
Yeah, I threw yesterday. Didn't feel good.
I was actually wondering about that. I was like, "I think it's gonna hurt a lot if he tries to throw again."
Yeah, it didn't feel great. I think I legitimately we'll talk later.
I mean,
Yeah. Nah, it's just it is what it is. I one of my buddies, I think that I can't remember if I told you this. One of my
Tyler
buddies,
Worley?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, name drop truck on the pod. He was throwing and he had elbow pain through the whole Tommy John rehab and like just didn't look comfortable the whole way. And you keep telling everybody's like, tell him like you just got to throw through it, got to throw through it, and so he did. Like he listened, he did it. The velo wasn't there by any means to begin really through the first 12 months there. And he sent me some video the other day, or late last week, or late last week, and he looked good. And he's like, doesn't hurt anymore. Like finally, like being said,
Finally, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That is the one crazy thing about my rehab was that not one time did I really ever have elbow pain.
really,
Like, I was like even it was just, like, shoulder,
yeah,
like, just inflammation, like,
right,
so it's fine. So, like, I think that's part of the reason that, like, I kinda got that's I didn't get screwed by any means. Like, it was a product of my own doing, but, like, I flew through rehab. So,
yeah.
like, there wasn't any, like,
Right.
extra time to, like, kind of just, like, work things out.
I mean,
I'm not saying that would've changed the
I
outcome by any
genuinely
means.
look at it as like a 16 to 18-month rehab,
Yeah,
even though you only get 12 months before
yeah.
games.
Well, and it's yeah, and I was just about to say, like, once I hit, like, that 18-month mark, like, my arms stopped feeling
It's
heavy.
it's everybody tells me that.
Yeah,
Like, or it's every single TJ person that I know is always like, yeah, 16, 18 months, I started feeling normal again, and my stuff started coming back.
yeah. Yeah, like, I felt felt healthy at 8 months. Like, I was like, I could
But you're
maybe
not
9.
you at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
And
it's like
that's the hard
I
part.
can throw and do whatever and,
Yep.
like, it doesn't hurt, but, like, it's not the same.
Yeah, and that's the tough part of it is like you're so used to having like you're being yourself when you're this professional pitcher and like you're supposed to be nasty, you're supposed to throw hard and like early on like it's a good day or it's a bad day a lot of times
Yeah.
too. Like, one day you feel good, not pain wise, but like you feel good, balls come out, and the next day you're like, I couldn't I couldn't fart out 65 right now. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
just
like and that creates, like, another battle in that, like, obviously, like, before, like, you need to be confident in order to succeed,
mhm,
like, in this game at that level, and going through a reconstructive surgery, like, it doesn't necessarily kill your confidence, but in the back of your head, you're like, "I what if it doesn't come back?" Because like, we know that it doesn't always
yeah.
come back, and so you're stressed about that, and you're trying to figure out your mechanics again, and in my experience, you get a lot of confidence from seeing the success, so it's like facing a guy and it's like, boom, like, struck him out on 3 pitches, embarrassed him, it's like, "Okay, I'm starting to build that confidence again," but,
Right.
like, if you never really feel that yet coming back, and then, like, you're in games and you're trying to figure everything out on top of that, it's tough to pitch with that confidence, and then it makes it even more
Yeah.
tough to succeed through
I
that.
mean, it's a tough game to begin with, and you add in like that secondary factor of, um, it's a lack of experience with
Yeah,
like after the surgery, so you haven't thrown for a year against like hitters in a live situation, and then like it is a confidence thing. Like, is it going to hold up? Do I have my stuff that I had before? It's a mind game that you have to be able to defeat over yourself, and everybody faces it though for the most part. I
yeah,
mean, there are the cases out there where they're just like unfazed, and I'm just going to go rip it,
yeah,
and it's going to be what it is. But for the majority, it's like it's a mental game more than it is a physical game, even though it's a physical surgery. You
yeah.
know?
Well, and especially so, like, my TJ wasn't, like, my UCL didn't just, like, blow up,
Yeah,
like, on one pitch. It was just, like, a gradual over time, like, it'd tear more and more. But for the guys that it was just like, boom, gone. Like, it's whatever, like, feeling like, because there's a lot of stories where arm's feeling great,
yeah,
one pitch, explodes. And, like, that's one of my buddies that happened to.
yeah. That's what mine was.
Well, I mean,
I
but
had two scenarios.
yeah.
So
I'm talking, like, you're 100% healthy, and then one pitch, like, everything explodes. And,
yeah,
like, grade 3, like, PJ. And then coming back from that, like, even if you feel healthy, like, it'd be so tough to trust it because you knew the last time you felt completely healthy, one pitch just it's gone.
yeah. I mean, well, that was what was weird. So I had the partial,
Mhm.
and I had conservative, and then I did PRP,
Yeah.
and then I finally got back to the mound phase. I started touching 90 on the mound. Like I felt good. Like it was the
You
first
looked good. I remember seeing the videos.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
first time I had touched 90 on the mound, since all, like, partial tear happened, and then I hit 90, and then the next pitch, I threw another fastball, and I blew it out, and I felt it,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's tough,
Yeah.
it's like it's not to the point where, like, I knew I was 100%, and I didn't at that point, I was still learning, like, I didn't think of myself as a ticking time bomb, but, you look back, and you're like, I was a ticking time bomb,
Yeah.
why didn't I just do it originally?" But I had people in my ear saying, things to do, and I trusted them, and, whether you regret it or not, like, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Um, but I coming back is every time I would feel something is like I felt like I was okay. Like I knew I was okay, but it's still at the same like, oh, they do it right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
that was what was tough.
Yeah. Well, and I dealt with the same thing because, like, I didn't they didn't give me surgery until, like, a year and a half after I started tearing it,
Yeah.
and it was, like, in my and that really domed me up too, like, that was a big factor in not having much success on the mound, is, like, just being so freaked out about it, and, like,
Yeah.
and plus pitching with that kind of pain is not an easy thing to do,
No, no, no.
and so, like, that was I got over it, and I went into the 2021 season, um, and I was just like, "You know what?" Like, during the off season, I was throwing, like, "There's no way," like, I can't imagine pitching for 7 straight months on this thing,
Right.
and so, going into spring training, I was like, "Okay, like, you know what? I haven't been able to just play baseball." Like, in a season, obviously, I got to go to the alt site and stuff, but, like, I didn't get to play a real season since 2019.
Yeah.
And I was like, like, I'm gonna need TJ. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna try to play this year, and I'm not gonna make it the full time, but like I just want to go play baseball again. Like
Yeah,
I don't want to go 4 years without playing baseball because to me in my head I was like that's a death sentence. Like you don't just go 4 years
stuff to come
without
back.
playing in a game and then expect to be able to succeed.
Right,
And I just wanted to just be with the boys and get out of rehab and just
100%.
so I ended up making it a month and like I knew warming up for that game, like I was like, this is the last one. And then like third inning rolled around and like I was like, this is the last inning.
Yeah,
And then I had to tell like I finished the inning. I told my coach I was like, hey, I want one more, but like that's it.
yeah,
And then went out, didn't get through the inning. I think I got only got 2 outs, and so it's just like, hey, like I need to see a doctor. Like I'm gonna need TJ and set everything up, and
yeah.
that was that. But
That's tough. That point is actually as true as it gets because I was in the same boat. Is I probably would have been on the line to get PJ off the rip,
mhm,
but I wanted to play so bad after the COVID year because that's when I happened. Mine was the 2021 spring, when I partially tore mine, and I was like, just want if I can get back at some point at the end of this season. I did conservative at first, like that was the goal. Fortunately, that didn't work out, but like I just wanted to play.
yeah,
And then the PRP was like, you can get TJ here, or you can do the PRP. If you get TJ, you miss next year no matter what. And so I'm like, give me the PRP. Like I
yeah.
want to play, and so it just delayed the inevitable. But at the end of the day, like it was needed, and I think like for anybody that would be going through it or looking to go through it is unfortunately if you do need it, or if you're leaning halfway, get it done.
I'm I'm gonna stay out of this one because I have seen it work where like guys don't get it. But in my specific case, I wish I had gotten it earlier.
Yeah.
But like I tried to push through the rehab a lot. So like I'd start throwing and then I'd have to get shut down because my elbow would flare way up and it'd start killing me again. And I'd get shut down for 2 weeks, start it all back up
Right.
again. So I think the only thing I regret is trying to start because I was so close to the big leagues at the time.
Yeah.
And so I think the main thing I regret was trying to start it up so many times and then getting shut down so many times. I wish I would have limited those startups and like stops
Yeah.
to
At some
smaller
point, you
to a
just
smaller number and just been like, hey, this is the situation.
right. I'm surprised that they didn't do that, honestly.
Well, it was only a grade one. Like they told me it was a grade one sprain. By the end of it, it was a legitimate grade two. But
You
yeah,
just
they're just like, "Hey, like, we think you can play through this." And so to me, I was like, "Well, I wanna play through it because, um, I just wanna get to the big leagues, and if I blow out there, it's a lot better than blowing out in the minor leagues."
sure is.
Um, so and I did have a surgeon. I don't know if I told you. I'm not gonna obviously say the name on here, but, he was just like, "Hey, like" this is when the first one happened. He was like, "Based on the things I see around it, I think you should get Tommy John." And I was just like, no, like I
Yeah.
can't. And it was like an off the record thing. And
It's tough to be like,
just
all
like,
right, I'm gonna sit out the year. And if you don't have
especially
to,
when
if
you have,
there's other
yeah. And
opportunities,
especially if you don't want to and you have people in your corner that you trust
are saying you don't
saying
need
you
it.
don't need it. It's
Yep.
like, nope, we're not doing it.
Yeah. I
So
that's
I
what
just wish I gave it less like Hail Marys, I guess.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, not even
Not even a Hail
it
Mary.
was an educated guess on the
Yeah.
part of people that you trusted.
Yeah. Less of those. I'm still glad I gave it a go, but
Mhm.
just maybe, yeah, less of those.
Yeah.
So
No.
what are we talking about?
We actually started that segment with Draymond Green. We are
Glad we tied it all together.
uh and full circle, Draymond
Now I can punch like Draymond again with
yep.
my new elbow.
Yep, that is the full circle picture. That's actually hilarious. We do that every time. I don't even know why I write up anything to talk about because it's just straight up into whatever we get into.
My brain is just
I'm right there
so
with you.
stupid.
That's how it is. You ever wanted to know what and guys moron brain is like?
Yeah,
Well, this is the pod for
yeah,
you.
yeah. What do we want to start with next?
Well, let me see what I have put down here. Oh, okay. Well, this one's actually kind of a good talking point. The Demonte Casey hit on Michael Pittman Jr. He is now, as of today, suspended for the entire season. And eh, even Gardner Minshew post game was like, there wasn't anything malicious. It was just Michael Pittman was in a bad spot. He's going for the ball, and it ends up being like, all right, well, you crushed his head,
Yeah,
and it didn't look good. He's okay, luckily or thankfully. And but now that it feels like an overreaction from the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm assuming they're gonna appeal that and, like, they'll get to play this next week.
Yeah,
But yeah, and, like, you brought up a great point in that if you're suspended, like, you don't get pay,
right.
and these guys that are on league minimums, like so, like, I think
I mean,
they're
Casey's getting paid, but
oh, he is?
he's not on a rookie deal at
Okay, okay,
least.
alright, never mind,
So,
that's then that defeats my point,
but it's still
but
the
still,
point.
yes, if and what I was saying before we started this is that I don't think you can suspend somebody
Mhm.
for maybe, like, a not clean hit on a football field, but if it was a football play, I don't think you can suspend them. The game is going so fast.
Right.
Like, you can't think. You have to just go on instincts or else you're not gonna be moving fast enough to play, and so to me, a suspension should only be for things such as, like, unsportsmanlike conducts where Myles Garrett smacking Mason Rudolph in the head with his helmet, like, that kind of stuff, not, "Hey, this was a dirty play," but it was a football play. It's not like the dude's blatantly trying to take out his head or blatantly trying to take out his knee. That would warrant a suspension,
Right.
but, like,
I
he
don't.
wasn't trying to, like, kill him. Like, he
I.
was trying to make a football play.
I don't even think. I mean, it looked dirty, but I don't think it was really a dirty play. Like,
Mm-mm.
I mean, what are you supposed to do when you're running? You're running full speed, and he just dives,
Yeah.
right? And he dives head first. He's like 6'5". He's Michael Pittman's enormous, and it's just like your shoulder happens to be exactly where his head is.
Yeah, no, I mean, I
It
I
felt.
understood the call, like, as soon as it happened, I was like, "Alright, well, like, that's, just unfortunate."
Yeah.
But, like,
And
that's how like, it's the same thing, like, unfortunate calls happen where it doesn't have to be malicious, but the call is the call, the rule is the
right.
rule. So, like a running back running by and, like, you're trying to grab him and you accidentally get his face mask.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, that's a face mask. He wasn't trying to tear his face off, but
Hmm.
is what it is, and, like, so they made the call, they threw him out of the game. It's like, well,
Yeah.
that's just how the game goes sometimes, but the suspension is just like, it's a football play.
Yeah. I mean, it, even fine. Give him a game. You know what I mean? Like you got ejected. Give him a
Yeah.
game. I can be okay with that. But now you're taking away the rest of his season. I know it's not a long. I think there's only 3 weeks left.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's a 3 game suspension. It just sounds bad. Like it looks bad on the NFL. I feel like because
yeah.
it just was not. If there was intent to hurt a player, then it's a different story. But we're looking at like if you watch the video, it's not that way at all. And now like the NFL in a common L situation here, making an over exaggerated move, as and ruining a player's like financial
Yeah,
or
well, and, like, I just think they need to kinda take a step back with finding guys from football play hits. So, we saw a couple weeks ago, Amon-Ra St. Brown got fined for a block, and it was a big block, but, like, it wasn't anything, like, bad. Like,
yeah,
if you just saw it, you'd be like, "Oh, nice." Like, that's a wide receiver blocking. Like, that's cool to see because you don't see that on the Steelers. And have you ever seen them try to a wide receiver on that team to try to block?
dude, who are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I'm talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown,
Okay,
and I was comparing them to the Steelers wide receivers blocking.
oh, I got you now. I made it seem like you were just going back on two different teams there.
Oh, sorry, no, I was just making a comparison. But no,
Yeah,
okay,
okay, I
so
got you now.
my original point, Amon-Ra St. Brown making a great block, and, like, yeah, it was a big block, but, like,
Yeah,
it's a football play. Like, he's not doing anything bad, and, he got fined, I think it was, like, $14,000 for it or something like that, and he tweeted out, he was like, "Yeah, like, everybody laughs because it's like, oh, they always say, like, this is nothing for" did you pull it up, the fine amount?
this is actually a different one. But yeah, go ahead. I can pull
A
up Amon Ross.
and, he was like, "Yeah, like, yeah, it's a funny, like, when, like, oh, you got fined this amount, but it's nothing." But for guys on minimum.
No, it was $43,000.
What?
Yeah. Impermissible use of the helmet slash launching during a block.
I mean, and so he said, he was like, "It's funny, but, like, this is, like" I think it was, like, 10% of my yearly salary.
Yeah, so he's still on a rookie deal.
Yeah, and, like, everybody can say, like, "Oh, in a couple of years, like, he's gonna make bank," but that's not always the case.
Right.
Like,
God
I
forbid something
injuries
happens.
are
Yeah.
very common, like, the amount of times we see guys have amazing first 2 years and then fall off is countless.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not hoping that
It's
happens
funny.
to him, but
I didn't realize Amon-Ra had one, but even a few weeks before that, actually the week before that, the same thing happened to Jalen Warren, who is on a rookie deal,
yeah,
obviously, and it's a third down, okay, and so he's pass blocking, and a linebacker runs free through the O line through one of the gaps, and he stands him up, like squares him up, stands him up, and lays him out. He got fined $48,500, which is a game check for him. Like his entire game was washed out because of that fine,
because of a block.
because he pass blocked for his quarterback. Like, if he doesn't hit that guy, his quarterback or Kenny Pickett at the time is getting murdered.
And then that linebacker then gets his game check taken away. Because if he's got a free run at the quarterback, he's
Oh, I
going
see
to
now.
lay him out
Yeah.
because he should. Because if you get the chance to lay out a quarterback, you do.
Yeah, I mean, if you lay at anybody, that's what you're put in the NFL for.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's
and
a messed up the NFL just never wins,
and so, like,
honestly.
can we start taking into account the fact, like, if it's TJ Watt, okay, and he does something like that, and you really want to find him, okay, take 48,000, fine. But if it's a guy on a rookie deal that wasn't a first rounder, can we have some feel? Like, these guys
They
are,
don't care.
their bodies are being crushed all for our entertainment, and they're not all set up for the rest of their lives. Like, obviously, that's great. We want everybody to be set up for the rest of their lives. Like, that'd be fantastic. But if you're making $500,000 a year, and you're clearing 300. Like, yeah, that is an unbelievable amount of money, but that's not going to make it so you don't have to work or anything like that. And if you're taking that kind of money, like, that has severe impacts on your future.
Yeah.
Like, that just doesn't make it, especially for a guy like Jalen Warren. That just obviously he's playing really well now, but early in
It's
the year he was just
still
trying to stay on the team.
and he's a running back,
Yeah, so
so
like,
he's not gonna get paid.
no,
And you just took away $50,000 from a guy because he did an NFL play, like a football play,
yeah,
a legal football play. I don't get it. I mean, there was other like NFL stars that came out and said like his teammate TJ Watt like was like it's ridiculous at this point. Um, and he's had Jalen Warren has had $97,000 of fines on two separate fines from the NFL this season. $100,000 on a guy on a rookie deal.
so what happens if, like, let's just say over the course of the season, like, his he got fined more than he made, like, off just stuff like that, like, more than he, because league minimum is what, like, 500, 600.
Yeah.
So he's clearing
Well,
300.
Kyron Williams getting 740, so I'm assuming it's along the lines of
Okay,
that.
all right. So let's just say it's close to, like, your game checks. Like, what happens if you go over your total salary, like, after taxes? Like,
They don't care.
how are you supposed to pay out of pocket with no money?
They don't care. I mean, that's
I know it'd
obviously an
be
extreme
insane, but, like,
scenario,
it's
but
just, I know, but, like,
they don't care.
I know they should care.
They don't.
It's crazy they don't care about the players.
Why would they? Well, I mean, I get why they should, but
Did
they're the NFL. They don't care.
you know what's crazy? It seems like basketball is, like, the only,
Silver's good.
yeah, it's just like the commissioner works for the owners, right? So if you can find a commissioner that the players also like, that is a dream scenario.
Yeah,
So it's like nobody likes Manfred,
he's
nobody
terrible.
likes Goodell,
Terrible.
and, like, I get he works for they work for the owners, but it's just like, if you could find a guy that the players love, that would be better for everybody.
Yeah. No, Silver's great.
Everybody loves Silver.
Yeah.
Silver goes on podcasts, he goes on TV, and he's honest about the way, like, how he thinks about things, why he thinks about things a certain way, and explains to you why he did certain things. So you can't, even if you disagree with it, you can't be mad because he lays out a objectively, like, his objective plan on why he did certain things.
Yeah.
And so you can't even be mad at that. You can just be like, I disagree with it, but all right.
Yeah, the other guys just feel like power plays a lot of the
Yeah.
times. Like I am
Manfred seems like,
yeah, especially. I don't know anybody that likes that guy, really.
I whenever I was in the locker room, and there's a guy with a lot of showtime. This was back in 2020, and he was like, I was on a team, and Manfred was walking around the locker room, and if, like guys got caught, like, Manfred was trying to be buddies with guys,
Yeah.
and, like, the guys were instructed, like, don't even talk to him, like, ignore him, and, like, some of, like, the rookies were like didn't want to be that guy, and, like, they got reamed because they were like, bro, he doesn't care about you.
Right.
Like, do stop,
This
like,
is for show.
stop act yeah, it's all for show. He doesn't care about you, just act like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Feel
really
like I have to
comes. Huh?
cut that.
Why?
You allowed
Okay.
to say that?
Huh?
You ain't allowed to say that?
Who cares?
Okay.
Who's watching it?
Nobody. Okay,
Okay.
alright.
I mean, you didn't put any names,
That's true.
so
Okay, yeah, yeah, good point.
all right. Um, God, what was that? Oh yeah. So I just know from I mean just everything he's done throughout his time in the MLB has just been non-favorable ever since like it really comes down to the Trevor Bauer stuff. Like that was kind of the start of it all where everybody was like, this guy just doesn't even want people to play the game. You know what I mean? Like have fun playing the game. And that's where a lot of it started. Like where he started getting hate from outside of people in baseball, like the fans in general because he like people wanted to see what was going on. They wanted to see like those type of things happen in baseball, and he just was so anti it that
Yeah.
it ruined like his reputation for that type of stuff.
I will say, I am in favor of the pitch clock when it comes to the fan experience.
I
I
think that's fine.
I hate it, when I have to pitch with it. It kinda sucks. It's fine
It's not
until
that bad,
no, it's completely fine until you get out of rhythm. So, like, you go back of a bag and they start the clock too early,
right?
and, like, you're at third baseline, counting down from 30, and, like, obviously, it's not a far sprint, but, like, if you had to sprint 100 feet,
And then
like,
jog
and
back,
then you have to
and
jog back, and then you have to go execute pitch, like, it's not
yeah, I mean, I think that is why the older guys in general this year struggled a lot. Like I think, like especially at the beginning, like the Scherzers and
mhm,
those guys really struggled
yeah.
until they got used to it as the season went on.
Yeah, I wish because the batters get a timeout, like, during the at bat, I
Pitchers
wish
get a
the
timeout.
pitchers, like,
Probably shouldn't get
1
one
every 3
per
innings, it's
yeah, I was
just
gonna say
just a courtesy, like, "Oh, hey, I missed it. Like, can we
yeah,
restart it?"
reset it.
Like, I don't think
I think that's
it's not a
fair.
big deal. It's 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, just
I do think that it is good for baseball, actually.
I think it's fantastic. It's so I was part of a season with it, and just watching the game is so much better.
Mhm.
Like, so much better.
I mean, especially, like, as pitchers, you practically throw one like, if you're starting, it's once a week.
Yeah,
If you're relieving, 2 to 3 maybe, and even then, it's, like, just a couple innings.
yeah.
So, you're sitting there watching more baseball than you're really playing, and the 4-hour games they just drag on you
You know,
know, and it's not enjoyable.
and the biggest part is, like, you get back to your, like, apartment at 10:30 instead of 11:30,
Right, midnight.
11:45, and just, like, by the time it's 11:45, it's like, yeah, our schedules are different, so you still have an hour or 2 to go
Yeah,
to bed, but, like, I was talking to Sid about it, it's like, think about if you're like, you only had 2 hours after you get off work, and then, like, you have to go to bed because it's so late, and,
right.
like, you need to so you can be ready for tomorrow. It's like, you prefer that extra buffer to just reset, unwind, kind of just
While you also just got paid probably about $2 an hour, when it
yeah,
comes down to it.
we did the math and, well, it's a lot more now, but
I know, but
in the old days,
yeah.
short season, I think I was making a little over under $3 an hour.
Yeah. No, for sure. So I'll always remember this. So in 2019 was my first year. And so I was in rookie ball there. And every 2 weeks I got a check for $330.
Mhm.
And I was there from 10 or 11 in the morning until 11:30 at night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or got home at around 11:30.
Yeah, the funniest part is when on the check it has, like, your hours that you worked, and it has 16 hours.
Uh
And I'm like, "Oh, what, for the first 2 days?"
yeah,
And then,
exactly.
like, "Oh, plus we just had a 14-hour bus trip.
Yeah.
Nothing for that?
Doesn't
No?
count.
Okay."
That's what I mean, it's per game and that's the problem.
Yeah. It's so
Well,
crazy.
not the problem, but like it's just a weird setup. They're doing the
It's
right
bet
things now.
Yeah, I think it's more fair now. Like, you still get to pocket money now.
Yeah, they're in a much better boat.
Yeah,
And
I think
it's
it's
going to
fair.
continue to improve, I
Yeah.
think. All right. Uh, we'll keep a little football going. Justin Fields. What it, we talked about it before, and just every week it seemed like as we get near the end of the season, and he has a good week, and then he has a bad week, and there's just always this constant fight because they're going to have the one pick because the Panthers are so bad. All right. It's do you go get Caleb Williams or do you ever get the top quarterback who you believe is top? I know you're in a different boat. So do you go get the top quarterback? He reset the contract. DJ Moore actually just came out and said, "I want Justin Fields. There's no way any of these quarterbacks are as good as him." And I think that's fair, but that's also missing the point of like this is now the second number one pick that you've had, and if you miss here, if you say Justin's the guy and you trade back and you don't get Justin or you don't get anybody, and Justin doesn't pan out to be the guy, right? Then you are in a world of hurt. Like you cannot afford to do that twice.
Well, no, you just wouldn't have a job.
Right. But I'm just saying,
Yeah,
you will never get a job again
yeah.
in that same high profile job.
Yeah, honestly, so I saw the DJ Moore clip, and that actually does mean something to me because he is an elite wide receiver.
Yeah.
He's been around the league for a long time, so, like, he knows, and it didn't seem like he was just saying it to have Fields' back.
No, he's had a
Like,
great year though.
yeah, but, like, it's still like, if he had in my head, probably a better team around him, but, like, an Aaron Rodgers type quarterback, his numbers would be way higher. Like, he's played in Carolina and the Bears.
Yeah, and
So
he's just awesome.
can you so imagine him being with, like, Josh Allen or Dak whenever he's playing well.
Yeah, I mean, Dax.
I honestly, as soon as Dak came out of my mouth, I was like, "Oh, I didn't wanna even start this right now."
I'm gonna let it go.
But,
I
okay,
don't want to let it go.
Justin Herbert.
Okay, I'll let it go.
Um, but that means something to me when DJ Moore says, like, "This dude is he's good."
Yeah,
And I've been not I wouldn't say a Justin Fields hater by any stretch of the imagination, but, like, I
yeah.
haven't been a full supporter of him. The more I watch him, the more I kind of I'm like, maybe
I agree. I don't think he
it's just
just.
the Bears just are so bad.
They're terrible. He actually threw in the first quarter. There's two things. So one, on the second to last drive of the game that they had, um, some poor like offensive players. Like it wasn't his fault. So they had the punt, and he made some good plays, and they just get dropped and things like that nature. And it's like he ends up getting the blame because he's the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And there was also a play in the first quarter where he dropped a dime. Like Robert Tunyon was open by about 5 6 yards, but it was a deep pass, and he dropped a dime right in the Tunyon's hands, and he drops it.
Mhm.
4 minutes left to go in the first was when that happened. You guys can go Google it yourselves. And the problem is that's an incompletion in the books. So now he's looking at a 50% incompletion. They had like four drops on the day.
Yeah. It was raining hard.
Yeah, still, right?
Yeah.
And now he's going to go get the blame for that entire game. And like I said last week, that's just not a good team. It's a bad football team. Okay. And he had the two interceptions, and the two interceptions were one on um, both Hail Marys.
I thought there was one bad one.
Did he have three interceptions?
Might have been 3. The Hail Mary at the end was a pick. Yeah, I guess
And
did
halftime.
he have 3 then? I thought maybe I was thinking of somebody else. I thought he had a bad one.
I thought it was only two. Yeah, two picks.
Okay, then I was wrong. I was thinking about somebody else.
So now, like, he has 2 picks on 2 Hail Marys. Wasn't a lot of passing yards, but again, a big drop on, like, a 50-yarder, so now he's over
Yeah.
200, and then drops on the last play of the game on the second last drive.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he needs some help, man. Like, Darnell Mooney is not a 2.
Someone tried telling me he was a 1 before.
Was that me?
Yeah,
That was what, how 3 years ago?
last or before the season.
No, it would've been before last season.
At some point this year, you said he was legit.
No, I net okay, that is, defamation right there.
I don't know about that.
You're definitely attacking my character over something I definitely did not say this year.
Take me to court over it
I
then.
will.
Do it.
No, I I was big on Darnell Mooney, before last season.
He's always been fast, but his hands are stones.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like, I was yeah, no. Before this year, I was no matter what, I'm not taking him.
It's terrible.
Yeah, he's bad. Well, he's just so small.
It's just not a good
And then he's got, Amon-Ra St. Brown's
Quaminius?
horrible brother, great at pass blocking, but
Yeah.
they
Tunyon
still can't run.
Tunyon's the number 2 tight end. He
That
can't
would've
catch a
been
cold.
I mean, that would've been great 7 years ago.
He's like 4th year, 5th year.
No,
Yeah, I
he's
think
older than that.
no.
Pull it up.
I will.
Start calling you Jamie,
Who's Jamie?
the producer for Joe Rogan. They would say, like, "Jamie, pull it up."
How many years? 2018 to 2023.
Dang, he's our age.
That's
He's old.
yeah,
6 years?
yeah. This is year 6?
Yeah, like I said, 6 years ago.
No, you didn't. I was closer. I said 5. I said 4,
Said yeah, not even
and you said 8.
I didn't say 8.
You did say
I
8.
said
No,
6.
you said 8.
I said 6 years ago, it would've been great.
I'm pretty sure you said, like, 8.
I know I did not say 8.
And the clips!
Pull it up. Um, I mean, he's got Cole Kmet. He's good.
Yeah, he still yeah, I mean, he's okay.
Did you see, so you know how Will Levis went, viral on draft day?
Yeah,
Or
'cause of his
his
girl.
girl? Did you see what everybody's doing now?
They keep every game they put his, like, stats
His
on,
whole
his
thing, like,
comments.
even, like, the good and the bad, like, it's
Yeah,
just like it was
his
just
full
it's just like an
performance.
objective, like,
No, it's
the
great.
like, there's one, it was, led touchdowns on, or it got points on, like, 4 or 6
Yeah,
drives,
that was the
like,
one I
it's
saw
just
too. It's so good.
it's so funny.
Internet's undefeated, always will
Oh
be.
god,
They will never lose.
it's so good.
There's always somebody that comes out with something great like that.
I know. No, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Alright, so, I love Justin, but at the end of the day, you cannot get rid of 2 number 1 picks when there is a guy like Caleb Williams or Drake May there. And you
Yeah, I'd
can
trade that first one. I'd keep the second one, but I'd trade that first one.
I don't think well, you won't it'll be gone because 'cause they're in, like, a 5-9 record right now.
Oh, where's the so
5, 6, like
I think that'd be fine. You still get like a because you don't need like skill players right now. Like you need,
yes, you do.
well, I guess you need a wide receiver.
I'm just saying, like, the only way you keep Justin is you take Marv at 1, you just do it,
Yeah,
alright? Because you don't need the
I would
quarterback.
love that.
I know, it'd be great, but now the problem is you're gonna have to pay Justin about $15 million a year to stay. So and you're gonna have to pay Montez Sweat. I think he's got a deal actually, maybe.
I don't know.
Um, and
I would
then
assume he would because he got traded. So it's probably like I don't know if they do it like in baseball where it's like a trade as long as
you
we can
could do a
extend
trade
them.
and sign. I think he did have a deal already with
Okay.
Washington though. And then but you're gonna have Komet's contract rookie deal is coming up. Are you gonna pay him? And then they have a secondary, like one corner that's a rookie that's pretty good. So like he's got a few more years. But it's just a tough scenario. Look at all the teams that pay quarterbacks, and it ends up being a struggle.
I would get somebody in free agency.
But that's how you gonna afford it.
I don't know. I'm not super familiar with like the cap limitations for
It's
the
just like
NFL.
when you're paying a quarterback
Yeah, no,
15
I get it,
when you're paying a guy that much, then you have to hit.
but like I feel like if you're only paying him 15, like you have that room to like you're not paying Aaron Rodgers 40 a
It's
year.
also true. So maybe he demands 20. Is he a 20 guy if you
No,
re-sign him? How
I
much did Danny Dimes get? Because he gets more than Danny Dimes.
I don't think you will.
He did. Well, that was just a terrible contract then. His contract is 4 years, 160 million. He's getting more than I'm sorry, he's getting more than 50. He's gonna get 25, $30 million.
I think they're gonna let him walk then. But
See, it's not worth it.
yeah, I guess find out his number before the draft.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to. Well, okay, so
So
then
you either sign him right then when the draft hits, because then you guarantee he's there.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're not
If you can't make a deal before the draft, he's
you
gone.
take yeah. Yeah, I think you just say, "Hey,
It's just
it
the
could have
unfortunate
worked, but
right.
like
There
we're not willing to risk our whole future and not take a quarterback and then you don't like
sign
sign."
or extend with us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you demand 30 million.
that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna get it.
No, I think he could be worth it, but just not there.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
needs to go somewhere where they can win. Like the losing, consistent losing, that'll beat you down. Like you see, Josh Allen at in Washington, or not Josh Allen. Who's
Sam Howell,
no defensive end, all pro,
Jonathan Allen.
Jonathan Allen. Like you see his comments recently, and he's just his will is just gone.
Yeah, and he was at Bama. He was a Bama guy.
And like, well, just the way he's talking, he's just like they're like, oh, is this loss a culture builder, a character builder? It's
Like
like
what culture?
he's like, I've been apparently building culture for 6 years now.
Exactly. That's right.
And, like, the way he said it, he was just, like, over it. So, like,
He's like, "Why didn't they trade me at the line like they did Montez and Chase
I'm
Young?"
sure he was thinking that.
100%.
But, like, so think about it now, nobody's blaming him for any losses, and now imagine being Justin Fields and you're losing consistently, and, yeah, you deserve some of the blame, but you don't deserve all the blame,
Right.
and everybody's blaming everything on you, you're consistently losing. Like, I think he just needs a change of scenery, go somewhere where he can win. Go out to the Rams. What's Matthew Stafford's deal looking like? Because he's what,
I
36?
mean, it's a pretty good it's a pretty hefty deal.
No, no, no. I'm not saying. I'm just asking like years.
Oh, maybe a couple,
Oh, okay,
1 to 2 left.
or Seattle,
Maybe. They paid Geno.
Gino, but that's a 3 year. He'll have two two after this.
Yeah, we'll see.
Trade him somewhere. I don't know. You wouldn't trade him.
They got a good
I'm sure he's got a
defense
no
in
trade
Seattle.
clause.
Who, Jonathan?
No, Gino.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Maybe not.
where else could he go?
Why would they trade him, though?
Yeah, I guess that'd be way too risky. You could trade him. No. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Wow.
What else would work?
I don't know.
Where do you
I
like?
want
Where do you want him to play?
who, Jonathan Allen?
No, Fields.
Oh, I told you already.
I wasn't listening.
In the Big A.
What?
Atlanta.
Oh, in the big A. I was like the Big Apple, like Giants. Yeah.
Nope. The Falcons. Be
Yeah,
nasty.
that would be sick.
He's got
It it
weapons.
it
I'm a
he
firm believer in Drake London. I am a firm believer in Bijan. I would love Arthur Smith to get out of there. Like maybe you get a quarterback change and a coaching change.
No, I think Arthur Smith would love to have Fields. I think that fits
But
his.
he's such a terrible coach. He doesn't even he's like the next Brandon
I
Staley.
don't think so. They don't have a quarterback and they're potentially gonna be in the playoffs. They have
No,
Desmond Ritter.
yeah, I know that. And they have good weapons
They do.
and a great O line and a great defense.
Yeah. But if you don't have a quarterback, there's a reason they make 30 times more than everybody
The
else.
only reason they are in the playoff hunt because they are in the NFC South
Yeah. So they have the Saints,
and the
Panthers,
Buccaneers and the Panthers.
Bucks. Bucks are underrated, and I think obviously the
The,
Falcons are overrated.
and the Saints are in the race.
Saints are good defense. They play. They've been
Dude,
playing good the past 2 weeks.
yeah, I mean they were good to start and then all the injuries hit.
Oh, a little fantasy talk. Shaheed, you can drop him.
He's done.
Yeah, he's not. The production's not there. You're in playoffs. It's not worth the. I think there's better options. I'd rather go Mingo.
Maybe. I don't know.
He's just not doing anything. He got 6 points the past 2 weeks,
Well, he didn't
or
play last
I
week.
guess not last week, but I don't know. It's just his targets aren't there.
His first game back. I would still hold him,
I know
but I guess we'll see.
Kamara's heading the targets.
Always. That's what you expect.
I know.
All right. One last football talk and then betting.
Yeah.
Okay? We'll touch on it quick. The Dallas Cowboys are frauds. Convince me otherwise.
They're not.
Convince me,
Well, their record, what, they're 10-4?
I believe.
Okay, that's okay.
That doesn't mean they're not frauds.
Okay, so let's say this past week or yesterday looked awful, right?
Yeah?
Absolutely terrible.
Okay.
Bottom 10 team in the league. We got to think about where they've been playing and what they've been used to playing, right? So they haven't played in like that 30-degree raining windy day. That is and even for baseball, that is the worst possible conditions you could play in. You'd rather it be snowing and windy than raining and windy, right?
Okay.
They had to go and play in those conditions. Hadn't played in them all year,
Neither had the Bills.
but the Bills are there, and they play in bad conditions consistently. In years past, they play conditions consistently.
Yeah.
Cowboys are in Texas in a dome playing.
Right.
So my whole thing is, I'm not saying that they didn't look absolutely like hot garbage yesterday, but teams have bad games, and that die. Teams have bad games. They obviously looked horrible, and I think we're going to see a lot this next week and see how they bounce back. We've both been on teams that get doing really good, punch in the mouth, and you can respond one of two ways. You either skyrocket or you can continue that downward trend. If they lose this next game again, I think they're actually playing the Dolphins, and they're plus 1.5. If they lose this next game, then I could see them starting to falter a little bit. But till that happens, I'm sticking with them. I just think they've been playing too good of football past 4 weeks.
And I get that, but the idea is like you finally face a team, like you go on the road and you face a good hot, like the Bills are hot right now.
Yeah.
You face a hot Bills team, all right, and you just got absolutely ran through,
Mhm.
right? Like your thing is your defense. Well, really, it's
It's
both
both.
sides,
Yeah.
yeah. And you got demolished on both sides of the football
Mhm.
to a team that's slightly above 500.
Yep.
Okay, not saying that anybody wants to face the Bills.
But yeah.
They always have that threat of doing that.
Yep.
You cannot like. I don't want the excuse of going on the road. If you're a great
It
team,
wasn't on the road. No, no, no. No, I think it was a mixture of they got outplayed, plus they were not ready for that weather.
but it's the same for both.
But the Bills to that weather.
Maybe
No, they are like that's like so my first I don't know. I feel like I have a huge advantage pitching in cold weather because a lot of the guys have never played in cold weather.
right.
So the Bills being in Buffalo have played it consistently. Even just walking around outside, like you're used to it. You're coming from Dallas.
It's still the fact that it's like it's tough to get over because the Cowboys do it all the time,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they're always in this scenario where like, oh, this is the year the Cowboys do it. Okay, and I hear it way too often. Every year is the Cowboys' year. All right, and they have a great team, but they're not the legit Super Bowl contender that people want them to be or hope they are.
See, I think they are. Um, I think, like I said, I think this next game will determine everything.
Who do they have?
Dolphins. I just said
Oh,
that.
that's right. Um, I mean, I think they're frauds too. I don't think it determines anything. I think the Bills are just a better team
Okay, so what's your top five power rankings right now? 49ers.
by far and
Yeah.
by far and
Okay.
away.
Yeah.
49ers. Um, number two,
Eagles.
nope.
Okay. I was testing you. They're not mine either.
Yeah. Um, this is tough. I really like the Ravens. I don't know if there should be a two, but can I pull up the rank? Let me pull up
Yeah.
the
Pull that
standings.
up. Ravens are.
Just so I'm not
I think the
forgetting.
Ravens are definitely two as well.
NFL standings.
I'd put Cowboys at three.
Wish I had it all in one. All right, it's got all their things. Okay. The, let's see here. Yeah. So by far and away the Niners. Okay. Um, it just feels like they're just not great team. Yeah. I mean
Ravens showed last night that they're two.
they are definitely
Lamar.
two. I'm
I,
looking
I
at it.
I will say I've been on record a lot saying I'm not big on Lamar. Last night changed everything.
He's just a dog.
He was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. He's just great,
It's just and, like, accuracy is not there, but everything else makes up so much more for
and
it.
that's
Like
why he's great.
yeah.
He's just a great football player,
Yeah, he's a very good football
and
player.
that's what it comes down to. All right. Uh, three. I mean, I'll put now it's tough because I don't think that they're legit. Like they're going to be a top five team, but they're not a Super Bowl contender. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
No, because that all I think all top 5 teams are a Super Bowl contender.
I just don't think they do it. Like they're there.
Yeah.
They've got the wins. So like you're looking at the wins, and they have that, but it's just not. I can't put the Eagles above them because they lost. The Eagles have been in a spin off here. The Lions, I don't believe are that team anyways at 10-4. I know they have a great record. So it's a tough scenario. So give me the Ravens at two. Give me. I don't think the Chiefs are there.
Mm-mm.
You could do the Dolphins maybe at three, or you could even just run up and say the Bills are at three at this point.
No, I don't think you could do the Bills based off the last 2 games.
Why not? It's
It's
the here's why you could, because you have seen what they can do,
we've
right?
seen what the Cowboys can do.
I know, but not against this quality. Then
I mean, in the NFL, like, you can't be 10-4 and be like, "They haven't played any quality teams." Like, it's the NFL. Everybody's
they
in
are in a. Division with the Giants, the Commanders, and the Eagles. And the Eagles are 10-3. But even like you have said in the past here, Eagles are a good team.
They're
Okay.
not a great team.
Right. They're very good.
They're around that
They're
5.
not the same as they were last year, especially defensively.
Mhm.
Okay. And oh, I got off track there. So they run through the Eagles. Oh, the Eagles, like they have a great record, but a lot of their wins are very close wins in teams in matchups that probably should have dominated.
Yeah, I don't think I have the Eagles in top 5.
Yeah, and it's tough though because they have one of the best records in football.
Mhm.
That's the same idea. Now the Cowboys are 10-4. Okay, and they have if the Eagles win tonight, they have a better record. So it's tough. I can't talk record for me then. If you're talking putting the top five, like I'd rather put, like I think the Bills are just a better team. Like I'd rather put my line. If I'm throwing all my chips in a basket, I'm putting them on Josh Allen and the Bills versus Dak Prescott and the Cowboys 100% of the time.
Okay. I mean, I disagree, but
But why?
just
They
whole
just did
whole
what
body of work. I think Bills, we've always known they can be that electrifying team when they're on, and we saw James Cook just put the entire team on his back. Like the
this is an aspect of the Bills that we have never seen before.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So now you're adding in the ability of Josh Allen to be able to throw the ball the way he does, which he has played a lot smarter football since they changed OCs.
Mhm.
Okay. And now you have a running back in a team that's willing to run the football in these type of situations that you're going to see in Buffalo with the rain and stuff. They probably don't get home field in the playoffs, but still, they are now able to run the ball down your throat at will. Like you knew they were lining up and running the football yesterday,
Yeah.
and they did it. And they did it right in the one of the best defenses in the NFL's face.
Mhm.
That is an FU to the rest of the league. That is to say, you don't want to play us when it comes down to the
Oh, yeah,
playoffs here.
nobody wants to play the Bills.
Right.
Yeah,
And they're better because they're better than the Cowboys. They're better than the Eagles. They're better than the
I think
Dolphins.
I think they could be better.
They are better.
I disagree with that, but I think their ceilings are higher. Does
They're
that make sense?
better. They're better as of this second of this week of football.
I
They are
disagree.
better.
I firmly, disagree with that.
Why?
Total body of work.
Okay.
Bills have looked like a bottom 10 team at times. Cowboys have never looked like a bottom 10 team until last night.
And but who embarrassed them?
James Cook.
The Bills. The whole defense embarrassed him.
I mean, it just kinda looked awful.
Yeah, they did.
I'd put that more on Dak than I would
I'd put
trusting the Bills defense.
I'm just saying, it appears to be that it is a team that is rolling right now, and
Yeah,
I can put them at the 3 spot and be comfortable putting them there.
alright.
I think there's a clear top 2,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, nobody's disputing that.
and I think that the rest of it is kind of a mix and mash of guys who can make runs because you could never count the Chiefs off just because of Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like, he is just that good, him and Andy Reid together. But they're not a you could probably put them at 5 just because of Mahomes.
Put them at 5, didn't they beat the Eagles? Yeah, they beat the Eagles. So I'd
Did they?
yeah,
They
and
no, the Eagles
the
won.
Eagles won at Kansas City?
Was it at Kansas City?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause Jason Kelsey, I'm pretty sure, won that game.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so round it out then. So you would put the Cowboys at 3.
I would put them at
I
3,
had the Bills at 3.
but, and then
And then the Dolphins at
4
4 and the Chiefs at 5, and I'm leaving the
no,
Eagles out.
whoever won that game between the Eagles and the Chiefs, that's who I'm gonna put at 5.
The Eagle let me see.
I think it was the Chiefs.
Where'd it go? Eagles won 21-17.
Oh, okay, then Eagles. And then honestly, yeah, actually, I am. And what sways me a lot is the tush push. Like the success of that is just such a ridiculous, and everybody's trying to do the same thing that they're doing. They just can't.
They
And Roger
can't.
Goodell is trying to
You
cancel.
can't take it away. Nobody else can replicate it.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
what
like
I think.
that's part of football.
Yeah. I agree. I don't think you can take it away. He's gonna.
He's going to because he's
Yeah.
all right. Do we want to rip through the betting since your thing's not?
Yeah, I just turned it back on. I don't know why I did that because it stays plugged in, but the battery overheated, I guess.
Keaton Mitchell, full ACL, full
Did
ACL
you
tear.
watch it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Add to the tally, that is now my eighth guy on IR for the year. Um,
Me too.
all right.
All right. So hold on, let me get the mic back. All right. Here we go. To start, we have Thursday night game between the Saints and the Rams. Rams -4.
Yeah, I mean, you can't discredit what the Rams have been doing the past 5 weeks.
Yeah.
They almost blew it last night when Jacoby Brissett came in 28, uh, for until, like, the middle way through the 4th quarter. Sam Howell gets
Right.
benched, and Jacoby Brissett almost leads them all the way back.
Yeah. He threw a couple bombs.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm taking them -4.
Uh. Yeah, I agree. They ride the hot hand. All right. Saturday. Oh, we have a Saturday slate. Two games. Oh my goodness. The second game is the. Why is that prime game? Okay. Bengals at Steelers. Steelers +2.5.
Yeah, I'm going Bengals -2.5. I just can't. I just have no faith in the Steelers to do anything in
I just
general.
I just would say Steelers because they're at home and like they're in this scenario. Mike Tomlin's never been below 500,
I know. I
and
know. I
now
just
I get it.
I'm a
Like
Jake Browning guy,
no, the
honestly.
Bengals are a better team
Yeah.
without a doubt, and they definitely deserve the 2.5. But just for being at home, I want to take the Steelers there. That's it. That's the sole reason. But Bengals -2.5 for you. All right, Bills at the Chargers. Chargers +12.
I got it +12.5.
Okay,
I hate this one, but I did take the Chargers +12.5. I thought Easton Stick looked like a decent guy. I know the Bills are coming off an unbelievable game. They're playing out west. They're not at home. They don't have that weather. I hate this one, but yeah, I took Chargers +12.5. That's just a lot of points for a team that's just tough. I know how bad the Chargers are. I just I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know.
I
I knew you were gonna hate the pick.
I hate the pick.
I know. I hate the pick too. Don't follow me on this one.
I mean, the only thing that I can see
12 and a
run
half's a lot.
the only thing I can see running for you is the fact that it's like the time zone differential can play a
Yeah.
little bit of
It's
factor
3
into
hours.
travel. But we are talking about a team that just came out heartless. They now have a interim head coach running the show. Their quarterback is out for the year, and they were down 49-0 at half to the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what happened after, the Dolphins blew out the Broncos. Now the Broncos have one of the best defenses in the league.
I don't believe that is going to be the case in LA.
No, I'm not saying that to an extent. I'm just saying I think that they can keep it within 12.5 points.
I think you're going to again see a slightly more motivated team because it was embarrassing what happened. But I think like their season's over. They know it. Quarterback's out. I just don't think anything lines up for the Chargers here throughout the West. I
Yeah,
think they are just going to be arguably the worst team in football throughout the next 3 weeks here.
actually, I'm sure the owner probably hopes they are. Just
Get the
nope.
better pick.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yes, I hate that pick.
Yeah, I would take the Bills, but
But, it's followed up by, the one I love,
well, ours are sometimes different. So do you want to read that then?
Detroit.
All right. That was not what I had next, but I will do it.
Oh, alright, well,
Lions at the Vikings. Vikings +3.
yeah, hammer the Lions. What are we
Yeah.
Yeah, Minnesota's dead.
Nick Mullins.
I mean, alright.
Ty Chandler looked good.
Yeah, but, like, it's the Lions, like, they're a lit they're gonna make a run at the Super Bowl. They're gonna be able to handle the Vikings.
They should.
Yeah. So, that's
Vikings defense is good.
I know they're great, but there's so many offensive weapons, like, Jared Goff just has so many places he can give the ball. So
And he's
and he's
good.
a veteran quarterback, and he takes care of the football, known for not turning the ball over. He fumbles it. I'm talking interceptions. He's known for
You may
not
want to take that one back.
No, I'm not.
You may 100% want to take that back because um, after like the past like 6 weeks or so, he is like leading the NFL in turnovers.
Really? He
Yes.
had, like, a historic stretch of not throwing a
Yeah. Well, he had like a couple like 2 to 3 interception games in that stretch. Look it up.
I am.
He's got 10 picks on the year.
Okay, yeah, he okay, but it ended a streak of 383 consecutive passes without a pick.
Okay.
That's so
I get that
okay,
you're hearing the yeah.
okay, yeah, no, that's fine. Hey, I don't know everything. All right.
I'm just going off of what I remember, like, going on, you know?
All is go off the information that I have.
I mean, that's fair.
Um, but no, I still love the Lions over over the Vikings in this game.
I mean, they're pretty he had the 3 he's good for, like, 1. He's on average for, like, 1 a game, really, just under 1.
I think they'll be fine. All right.
Alright, here we go. I'll go back to the top here. We had Seahawks at Titans, Titans plus 2.5.
I hated this one again. I gotta find it. Where is this? Oh wait, you said Seahawks?
Yeah,
Where's that?
Seahawks at Titans, Titans plus 2.5.
Ah, Titans 2.5.
Okay.
I saw what they did at home against Dolphins.
You're buying Will Levis
No, but I think he's serviceable enough for the Seahawks.
with Geno Smith at the helm.
Yeah, but like I'm just thinking about what they did last time at home against um Dolphins. They looked pretty decent.
Alright. Commanders at Jets, Jets minus 3. What?
I know. I took the Jets -3. Commanders just had that horrible secondary, and like we've talked about in the past, Garrett Wilson is still there, obviously frustrated on the sideline, venting to Aaron Rodgers this past week. Um,
Well,
but
Zach got hurt.
I know, but I was talking about Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like, so you had Trevor Siemian running the helm.
they're all the same to me. Um,
At least Zach can
I
make throws.
yeah, he has the ability to make a play.
Right.
Um, yeah, no, I think the Jets defense just smother the
So
Commanders,
good.
and just offer enough scoring opportunity to come out and win by
That
3.
that was one of the defenses I scooped up in my leagues because I had the Raven defense, but they have Miami. Or they have a tough matchup this week, or they have like San Fran this week or something like that.
They have San Fran, yeah,
Yeah,
on Monday night.
yeah. Oh, it's gonna be so good. And then the other one, so like these guys, the Jets are facing Washington, and then they have an easy one next week, and the Ravens had another tough matchup. I can't remember who it was, but so I picked up the Jets and trying to run them through.
Yeah.
All right, Colts at Falcons, Falcons plus 2.5.
Yeah, it's Colts 2.5.
Yeah.
Falcons lost to the worst team in the league. Um,
Did you see it last week or before on Sunday? I had saw um, the majority of the bets, like it was the most bet spread out of any bet in or out of any spread in the league is it was on Falcons minus 3, but 64% of the money was on Panthers plus 3.
Interesting.
The sharps had it.
Sharps had it. All right.
All
Uh,
right, Packers at Panthers, Panthers plus 5. Aaron Jones looked good, by the way.
he did. Yeah, he looked a lot better. Um, not the typical Aaron Jones we've seen, but getting there. Better than AJ Dillon.
Yeah,
I took Packers 4.5. That's.
yeah, it's at 5 now,
I'm
but
just
I
hoping.
still like it at 5.
I think they're going to cover no problem as long as it's not like a big rain game like there was this past week there.
That still probably benefits them, honestly, because they'll be able to run the ball better than the Panthers do.
Yeah, I just think like being able to stick to a game plan of what they've worked on all week. Like
Yeah, probably get Christian Watson back too.
hopefully.
He almost played this week. All right, Browns at Texans, Texans minus 2.5. I think Stroud is back.
Yeah. I was honest, I was really going back and forth on this one. This
Yeah,
one's
it's tough because you don't know.
and the Browns defense is so good.
Very good.
I the tiebreaker was Texans at home. So I took Texans -2.5. I also
Yeah,
if it flips to +3, I'd do that for the Browns.
get the push.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, my only concern here is like it's Browns with Denzel Ward is like Denzel is arguably the best corner in football right now. He's unbelievable. And if your wide receiver one is Noah Brown, then uh, it's gonna be a tough day. I think.
yeah.
You hope Nico Collins can come back. I guess that's my thought. All right, and then we did Lions, Vikings, Jags at the Buccaneers, Buccaneers plus 1.
Yeah, I think Jags are pretenders. I think Bucks are underrated. So obviously I
Yeah,
have to go Bucks +1 at home.
ride the Baker hot hand.
I mean, he loves launching the ball right now.
That's
Chris Godwin looked legitimate this past week.
hopefully healthy, I guess.
I mean, he had like 14 catches.
Yeah, 10 or 12 for like 100 and something.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Rashad White, unbelievable out of the backfield.
Yeah, he's been a beast.
Crazy how I predicted that at the very beginning of the year.
Cardinals at Bears. Bears -4.
Bears.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I
so.
think I'm not big on Kyler at all.
I don't think he's bad.
I don't think he's good.
I think he's okay.
I think James Conner is not running the ball the way he was pre MCL injury. I think his numbers were skewed this past weekend. At one point, I think he was. It was
He
like,
had a big run.
yeah, it was a huge run, but that change. It was. I think he finished with 84 yards, and that run was like 65 yards.
Well, that's part of the game of football.
No, I know, but like if we just take out all the extremes, like of just like what they're consistently doing, like it was bad. Like
Who'd they play?
he uh uh it was a good defense, I think. No, what? No,
Trey McBride's a dog.
who were they playing?
I don't know.
Oh, San Fran.
That's right.
But that's how he's
Dude,
been.
what do you mean that offense put a point on San Francisco? Kyler's good.
The game was over.
Got points through the whole game.
All right. Anyway, are you making a picture of mine?
No, you are.
All right. Yeah, Bears -4.
I'm like the Bears -4 too, but I'm just saying, like, Kyler's better than you're giving him credit for.
Mm.
Cowboys at Dolphins. Dolphins 1.5.
Uh, Cowboys baby +1.5.
I mean, I think they're both frauds. So I don't mind
So
that.
like in your head, there can only be like three good teams
I
in the
think
NFL
there
then.
are only three good teams in the NFL.
Okay, okay, that clears things up for
I don't know what's so funny.
because it's the NFL and you're saying there's only three good teams in the entire world at football.
I mean, good's a different story than
Great.
great.
Okay, are there any great teams in the NFL?
Yes,
Who?
there are two great teams.
Okay.
The Ravens and the Niners are the unanimous two great
Okay, so
teams.
there's only room for one other good team.
I mean, I don't think this is different. I'm calling them frauds because they're not like Super Bowl like I don't think they're Super Bowl caliber. They're not winning it.
Super Bowl caliber depends on like the rest of the teams in the NFL in general.
Okay, they're not there.
Okay. I think they could still pull it out.
No.
Okay. All right, let's move on.
Um, Patriots at Broncos. Broncos -6.
Uh, I think 6 is just a lot of points for an offense that can't really push the ball downfield. So I took Patriots +6.
That is all they do is push it downfield. They can't do anything.
What are you talking about? They don't throw the deep ball at all.
Yes, they do. That's all Russ does.
Nice check down king.
What?
Yeah.
No,
Okay. All right, let's keep it moving. We've been at this for like an hour and a half now.
it's hour 20. Pretty standard. All right. Monday. Three slates on Monday. Wow.
Such a bad idea. Oh, never mind, never mind. Great idea because they're all different times, but they're
I
gonna
know, right?
triple up the times like they did last year.
Why? So they find
I was so mad.
it
Like I
didn't
was like,
make
oh, let
sense.
me just watch one game on my phone.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. Why didn't they just do this?
I mean, people were working on Monday.
I guess this is Christmas, so but still, you could have had one at like 6:15 and the other at
Oh yeah,
8:15.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
completely, or yeah, 5:15. You get off work and there's football
Yeah, on a Monday.
on a Monday. Mondays are horrible.
Happy hour football on Monday.
We should
It should have been an
we sh-
American
we
holiday.
should run the NFL.
I don't know why we don't. Oh, okay. All right. Giants at Eagles. Eagles -10.5. Jalen Hurt. Oh no, that Jalen Hurts might not play,
Yeah,
but
he's
he
just
should be
sick,
good. Yeah, he'll
so
be
he'll be
fine.
fine by then. Eagles,
Yeah.
assuming there's no injuries or like
Nah,
anything
well, that's
crazy
with
happen.
anything here.
Yeah, well, because they still have to play tonight. Every other team has already played, so I kind of
True.
so
Fair point. All right. Ravens at Niners. Niners -5.5. Oh, it's
I can't wait for this game.
gonna be so good.
I took the Ravens plus 5.5. Five. I have
This
5,
is the
but
Super
I
Bowl.
would love 5.5. Just because I just think it's going to be a huge defensive game and just back and forth. I don't think either team wins by 5.
I think it's close.
So
It's tough. I mean, these are the teams.
yeah, I'm just excited. I could be wrong and still be happy. I just can't wait to watch two.
I really hope the Ravens put up a fight.
I think they will.
I hope. I mean, I could just the fact that you talk about Lamar not being the most accurate passer, and like that could you lose Keaton Mitchell, who is just an explosive guy. Like,
Justice Hill looked good though.
yeah, but he's not as fast.
No, no, I know. I'm just saying like it's a drop off, but not. It's not like you're going from CMC to Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell's good.
point.
I get what you're saying.
Okay, then why didn't you address that? Why did you just
Because
obviously, I'm
Elijah
not
Mitchell's a good player.
I know he's a good player, but if you look at the difference between him and CMC, difference is the best player comparison is a horrible player in comparison between as opposed to Keaton Mitchell going down and now it's Justice Hill. It's not that big of a jump down. It's a jump, but it's not the difference between CMC and Elijah Mitchell. And if you say anything otherwise, I'm gonna just leave.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like that explosiveness in the Ravens backfield has just like pair that with Lamar, and it's just a scary thing. And like you lose part of that, and it definitely hurts.
Yeah,
Still,
well, yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't.
well, that's what I'm saying.
No, you're just not addressing anything I say. You're just saying your point after I explain to you why I'm thinking something after you
No,
give me.
I hear you. I was just saying.
I know you're just saying, you're just not listening.
No, I heard you.
Eh,
Like I get what you're saying. Like CMC is the best running back in football, so it's going to hurt more to lose him.
Yeah, or just anywhere, like anything like that.
Yeah, I get
The
that.
difference between Keaton Mitchell and Justice Hill is not as like an insane gap that the team's gonna be like, "Oh man, are we gonna be successful?"
I know, but it hurt. Like I think it really hurts.
I think yeah, it does like hurt. Yeah, for
But
sure.
I also think, like, it obviously will hurt losing the best running back in football, but they'll still be able to run the ball because, like,
Yeah, but it would be a completely different team.
yeah. But then problem is they just have so many weapons,
Yeah,
and it's just
but like yeah, okay. Let me move.
I get it. I get what you're saying. I'm just putting a counterpoint out there, and you can't accept the fact that there can be
No, no,
counters.
no, 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 no.
Yes, yes, yes,
I
yes.
can't accept the fact that you counter without even addressing anything that
I
of my
100%.
point.
I literally said, like, I get it. Like, it is. He is the best player. He is the best running back in football. So it's a big drop. I get it.
Okay.
To say like it sounded like you were saying Elijah Mitchell wasn't good, and he's a good player.
No, yeah, no, he is a good player.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it.
Thank God.
Appreciate you guys tuning in to this Tuesday's edition of Crossover Athlete Insights. Please hit that subscribe button if you are on YouTube, or follow if you are on Spotify over there. We are on every podcast streaming service besides Apple Music. And we are also over on TikTok at Crossover Athlete Insights with an S. We would appreciate a follow over there as well. It out a lot. Until Saturday, we will see you next time.